It's time. Time for us to come together as one team. A team made up of farmers, ranchers, equipment technicians, scientists, brewers, bakers, educators, and students. It's time. Time for us to celebrate the vibrant agriculture and food production industry in Canada. To celebrate the advancements in environmental sustainability and food production. To celebrate the evolution of technology and the important role we play in transforming agriculture for a better world. Time for us to come together and celebrate.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to the McClellan Arena here on the campus of Olds College for a celebration of Alberta Ag. We thank you so much for joining us this evening, whether you're inside the arena with us or watching online at oldscollege.ca. We are ready for a fantastic night. My name is Jeff Dick. I'm the morning show host on 96.5 CKFM here in town, and I'm joined by the president of Olds College tonight, Stuart Cullum. Stuart, how are things?
Things are great. Happy to be here.
Looking forward to a good night. We've got a whole lot of fun scheduled for you. We are streaming live, as we said, at the McClellan Arena here at Olds College. We've got a great show lined up. We're going to share some stories about what's going on here at Olds College. A lot of great video presentations for you to check out as well. We're going to be talking to some of the best and brightest from Olds College. And tonight's show also going to feature a couple of performances from a CCMA award winner in Aaron Goodvin. So we are looking forward to just a tremendous show.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Now, in the spirit of truth and reconciliation, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge that Olds College is located on the traditional territories of the Niitsitapi and the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta. That includes the Siksika, the Piikani, the Kainai, the Tsuut'ina, and Stoney Nakoda First Nations. This area also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta in Region 3. Now, Stu, we've had the chance to talk a little bit over the last couple of years about what's going on here at Olds College, and I know that this is the second year that we've hosted this celebration of Alberta Ag as a live stream event. Why is it important for Olds College to host an event like this?
Well, Jeff, I think it's important for two reasons. First of all, agriculture is a critical industry for Alberta. I mean, it's the third largest exporter of agriculture and food products in Canada. It's a key aspect to our economic and social prosperity. And I think it's important that we celebrate this industry and understand it and understand where it's going and how it's leading globally. And secondly, I think it's important that we talk about what Olds College is doing to support this industry. What we're doing in our programming, what we're doing in our applied research, and all the ways in which we are really working to bring this industry together and support it in its global leadership.
Now, you talk about driving the industry forward, and that is something that Olds College definitely does. What are some of the things that you see happening at Olds College to drive ag forward into the future? Well,
I think it's really three fundamentals. First, we train agriculture's next generation of leaders. I mean, we've been doing that for over 100 years. If you just look at this industry, it's just peppered with Olds College graduates. And all of the ways in which they're leading and contributing is just incredible. And we need to continue to do that. And so we train that next generation of leaders through our graduates. And number two, we deliver some of the world-class applied research that's needed to continue to move this industry forward. The work that's happening at Olds College is really exciting, working with our partners. And we want to continue to do that, and that, I think, is a very important part of what we do to drive our industry forward. And number three, we're a connector. We're a connector of government, we're a connector of producers, of students, of industry, And we really provide the ecosystem where those groups can come together, work on problems and issues, and by doing that, we're able to really advance the industry. We're able to advance learning, we're able to advance practice, advance technology. And so I'd say those would be the three sort of key fundamentals to how we drive Alberta's agriculture industry forward.
And over the course of tonight, we're going to learn a lot about what's going on here at Olds College. We're going to talk, as we said, to some of the great staff here at Olds College about what's going on, the applied research, and a whole lot more. We're going to start that off by learning a little bit more about the producer panel here at Olds College.
The producer panel is a collection of diverse voices, different business models representing livestock, representing grain production. The producer panel provides the feedback that's so necessary for the college to make sure that they're on the right track, that the developments at the college, be it technical developments, even curriculum, is taking the college where it needs to go to support agriculture in the future. The panel was created following the strategic plan development. They first came together in 2019, and of course, they met virtually during the pandemic, and only recently have we been able to pull the panel together for their first face-to-face meeting. The Olds College Smart Farm is probably the best location in Canada for industry to test their technologies, to test the ideas, and more importantly, to aggregate technologies into comprehensive tools that are useful to producers to help them make better decisions on the farm.
My name is Sherry Coppathorne Barnes. I am the CEO of CL Ranches Limited. We're a 135-year-old beef cattle operation. We also do custom farming and backgrounding as well. We're located west of Calgary, just off the Trans-Canada Highway. Agriculture to me is second nature. I'm fourth generation and proud to say that my son, who's a student here in Olds, is now the fifth generation coming on board. And agriculture is something that's absolutely dynamic. It never is the same 2 days in a row, and it's always a challenge, and it's always a lot of fun to figure out if you can meet that challenge. It is imperative to have an ag-focused institution like Olds College, because we need to make sure that the information that's being taught to our students is current, it's relevant, and when you get too broad-based, you lose touch with what's really needed in our industry. And so they are able to focus on trends, they're able to focus on the new technologies, but also the relevance that each play in being able to make a living with that today. I think it's valuable time spent here being a part of this producer panel, because not only do I hope to be able to share my experiences, but just bring a different type of perspective to what would normally be maybe a faculty-based advisory panel. So it's important to keep the real life situations and the relevancy of the new research that's coming on board, or the relationships that this college is building, to one that's actually practical to us as producers.
Hi, my name is Spencer Hilton. Farm with my family is just east of Calgary. We are basically a cropping operation. Our main crops are canola, milling wheat, and malt barley. And we've been in the area since our first of our family homesteaded there in 1910. So we do have our roots, pretty deep into the community. And one of our most recent diversifications of our farm was coming up with a brewing and malting concept that we would bring back to our hometown. So we do have a small craft brewery and a small craft malting facility. We need now people that are really good on technology, on data, on robotics, on telecommunication. There's so many areas now that we need specialized help, and it's going to accelerate. That is where I'm really excited to, when I come back to Olds, to an educational institution like Olds, and I see them focusing on things like the smart farm umbrella, the concept of what they're trying to bring to agriculture, because that is the look forward.
I'm Janelle Delage, and we farm at Indian Head, Saskatchewan. We grow peas, wheat, lentils, and canola on our farming operation. And we farm right around the Qu'Appelle Valley. So we have beautiful land and beautiful scenery right around us. I farm with my mother and father-in-law on our family farm. and with a complement of full-time staff as well as seasonal staff from across Canada and around the world. It's important for me to be an advocate because I think we're doing such good things, and I want everyone to know about it. And that's really the exciting part for me, is that I want everyone to know about the wonderful things that we're doing in ag and that we're producing food in a very sustainable way. And that is so, so exciting. What I know to be true is that when you find an organization like Olds College that is thinking about the future and how they can be involved and how they can be training students for the future, there's nothing more that I would rather be involved in than an organization like this. And I want to be part of the producer panel so that we can help with those conversations and the ideas and be able to even go back and share some of the excitement that I feel about being here today. I think sometimes we forget that we are producing food at the end of the day. And by having an agriculture school that brings it back to that this is about food production and all those other things, technology, business, plant science, soil science, are all very important, but bringing it back to food production is why it's essential to have an agriculture school.
Fantastic video package put together there to help us learn a little bit more about the producer panel, and we're going to have several videos throughout the course of the evening to help us learn a little bit more about what's going on at Olds College. Once again, we thank you so much for joining us. It's a celebration of Alberta Ag here tonight. My name is Jeff Dick, and we're joined by Olds College President Stuart Cullum. And Stuart, you take a look at that producer panel. What has been the impact of that to Olds College?
Well, I think what it's done, first of all, it grounds us. This is an industry that can, get overwhelmed by technology, can get overwhelmed by data, and it needs to be grounded in reality. And so this producer panel is a group of very progressive producers, young, established across 2 provinces, that really help us understand where we need to be placing, our resources, our focus, both in terms of programming as well as applied research. So, it's just a great group that allows us to keep grounded. But we also want to stay connected to what they're doing on their farm as well. There's opportunities, I think, to extend what we're doing on the smart farm into their operations, as well as operations across producers on that panel. So it's a real value add to both the producer panel themselves as well as to Olds College, and it's just been a tremendous initiative.
Now, I know you've got farmers from Alberta and Saskatchewan on that producer panel who talked about taking part in the Smart Farm. The college recently announcing that the Smart Farm has expanded into Saskatchewan. So what kind of opportunities will that bring to the applied research program?
Yeah, well, I think what it does is it allows us to, again, extend across borders. I think Olds College's impact is nationwide, and I think we're globally impactful, in fact. So this allows us to extend that smart farm into Saskatchewan, allows us to put some of the things that we're doing in a different geographical location, different weather, different region. We're able to pick up more data points that we're able to bring in and analyze. It's great for learning. Our students are exposed now to an agriculture environment that spans, a large region. And we're also able to collaborate. We have a good relationship with our counterparts in Saskatchewan Polytechnic and the University of Saskatchewan. Lots of opportunities to collaborate on some things that they're doing as well, and this opens up opportunities for that as well.
I know we've got a lot of great minds at Olds College who have been hard at work on that old smart farm. We're going to learn a little bit more about the smart farm and then talk to some of those great researchers right after this.
College Smart Farm was officially established in 2018, but obviously the farm has been a part of Olds College for over a century. But in 2018, there was a very intentional or deliberate shift in focus for that farm and the farm operations to really be a place for applied research and teaching and learning, specifically with smart ag or new technologies. It's a living lab, essentially. It's a place to come and integrate with other technologies, to work with experts in the ag tech space, and just really further develop, validate, scale, and demonstrate new ag technologies. As of today, our Olds College Smart Farm is now 3,600 acres in 2 provinces, both Alberta and Saskatchewan. We have land assets that we can access for applied research demonstration and teaching purposes. So 3,600 acre lab space, essentially, for growing crops and forages to produce feed for our livestock herd, which is also operated as closely as possible to a commercial herd, while giving us the flexibility to do research and teaching and learning components with that. So we have 140 head cow-calf operation, commercial herd. We have 15 head purebred Red Angus herd, and we have 140 head sheep flock as well. Now the expansion to Saskatchewan is another 800 acres of space in another growing zone or another climate entirely. This is going to be our first year of operations there with the 2022 growing season. It's another door that's open for our own researchers, for our partners, and for our students to learn about ag and tech integration and improving profitability, productivity, and sustainability of food production. As a college doing applied research, we are focused on serving industry and industry partners and helping industry answer the questions that they need answered to advance their product, process, or service. So one way to think about the applied research at Olds College is we're a small research and development team for small companies that don't have their own research and development or R&D team. So we can be brought in and work with partners to design research projects, to do some market surveys and market analysis, or to execute projects and collect data, analyze data, and help them answer questions. At Olds College, we're focused obviously on agricultural-based research. And so we have expertise and infrastructure to do research related to crop production, livestock production, as well as breeding with the new Field Crop Development Center within Olds College. So since the establishment of the Olds College Smart Farm and the Smart Ag Applied Research focus, Olds College has secured over $64 million in investment for research and the Smart Ag ecosystem overall. Our research team has grown from about 15 dedicated researchers to 35 and counting. And the number of partners has just exploded.
I am mainly focused on the floating island technology for livestock water remediation. We're using this research at our own Olds College Smart Farm feedlot pond within the Technology Access Center for Livestock Production. Also, we have some floating island technology displayed at our pond at our Smart Farm Botanical Gardens that's on campus as well. The islands itself is a technology that's new. It's Alberta cold climate floating technology. We use all native Alberta wetland plants. Plus we use auto samplers that will catch any runoff that's going into the pond so we can analyze it for what's going in as far as contaminants. The biggest benefit we're hoping for our feedlot operators and producers is that they are given a low-cost alternative option of trying to reuse and clean their feedlot runoff water for irrigation purposes and ideally livestock watering. Well, the best thing I like about Olds College is that we have access to new cutting-edge technology that changes the way we think about Alberta ag and its environment, and our research is pretty cool too. It's always new.
So the Hyperlayer Data Project at Olds College is unique and leverages our specific expertise and ability to collect data in a way that is at the right scale and in the right format, compiled in the right way to be accessible for anyone who wants to derive conclusions from that data. It's hundreds and hundreds of layers of data that will allow us to connect dots that have never been connected before. It's going to be the foundation on which we can build new predictive algorithms and predictive analytics that is going to make data more usable for in-season management decisions. Growing more with less is this huge or this big challenge that we're all faced with. So with our applied research and our focus in ag, every project has an environmental component to it, or an environmental sustainability component to it. It's that environmental footprint component, I think, that understanding that and just adopting best management practices that we know are going to help shrink that footprint or improve it in a way that makes things more sustainable, that's really what a lot of our research focuses on.
A celebration of Alberta Ag continues inside the McClellan Arena. Thank you so much again for joining us in that video package there, learning a little bit more about what's happening on the Olds College Smart Farm. And here to help us understand a bit more, we've got a great panel. We've got Lorna Baird, Business Development Coordinator, Technology Access Center for Livestock Production. Christina Kay is here, Research Technician, Smart Agriculture Applied Research. And we've got Dr. Joy Agnew, the Associate VP of Applied Research. And I know the Smart Farm, always one of the big topics of discussion when it comes to Olds College. What are some of the projects that are going to be happening in 2022 when it comes to the Smart Farm?
Well, JD, we're doing over 40 projects this year. The project I'm most excited about is the Pan-Canadian Network project, where we're going to look at the placement of weather stations on farm in the field versus on the side. We're going to be doing in-bin monitoring with different sensors, using drone images to detect hail damage, using soil moisture sensors to try and give an idea of yield potential in forage pastures, and just generally lots of different feedback to clients to make their products more suited to Canadian agriculture. What do you have going on at TAC?
The projects at the Technology Access Center for Livestock Production are focused on improving production efficiency, enhancing environmental sustainability, and supporting animal health and welfare. Some of the fun stuff that we've got going on right now includes training artificial intelligence cameras. So we have these cameras that can identify individual animals based on facial recognition, and we can use those cameras to alert producers when a cow is feeling unwell, or maybe a cow has started calving, that kind of thing. We're also using drones and satellites to do remote verification of sustainable grazing practices. So we know that rotational grazing has benefits to soil health and carbon sequestration. And one thing we're doing in the area of carbon sequestration is we're working with a partner company to help validate and further develop their technology to actually do carbon capture measurements in field under rotational grazing situations. So in order to help producers also easily enter the carbon market and implement better management or best management practices in terms of rotational grazing, we're also looking at other technologies that can monitor and manage things like water, fencing, and livestock remotely to make rotational grazing something potentially easier for producers to adopt. And in the sheep area, what we're doing is we're focusing the use of antimicrobials to target specific parasites and specific animals that need to be treated. So instead of blanket treating a whole flock and hoping that we catch the right bug with the right drug, we're helping to target that so we can help reduce the amount of drugs needed to be effective.
And then we are continuing on with a number of our large multi-year initiatives as well, including evaluations of optical spot spray technology, evaluations of autonomous equipment, data collection, utilization, and ongoing work with small plot trials as well, looking at new varieties and herbicide and pesticide efficacy.
I know that Olds College, home to one of Canada's first smart farms, but more and more of them keep popping up across the country. How are you guys working together with the other smart farms in Canada?
So we were incredibly proud last June to launch the Pan-Canadian Smart Farm Network. And so the goal of that network is to connect the smart farm instances across Canada so that the technicians and the staff working at those sites can gain from lessons learned and learn about best practices at other sites, and just really accelerate their work with innovators and developers. And so we get to connect with other smart farms because the ag sector is so broad and one smart farm can't do it all. So we need to cover as many different production systems as possible, and as many different climates as possible so that we can really help accelerate the development and adoption of ag technology. So Christina gets to work with a lot of these other sites already.
Yeah, so I talked to Langdom, Discovery Farms, and Lakeland College, at least monthly. You know, we're discussing things like installation practices, troubleshooting, tips and tricks type of things. Working really closely with them on our Pan-Canadian Network project, which we're going to be executing at all 3 sites. So that's going to be really cool. Get a lot more data for, you know, than just one project, and covers a wider range of crops and areas.
Yep. So the network includes 3 sites right now, Olds College, Lakeland College, and Glacier Discovery Farm Langham. We're expecting to expand by 3 sites by next year, and hopefully we'll continue to expand beyond that.
Fantastic. Tell me a little bit more about the applied research team here at Olds College and what they're up to.
So I'm a numbers person, so I'm going to give you some numbers. Our research team is 35 dedicated staff, I guess, including research scientists, research associates, technicians, project leads, and support staff. And of those 35, 6 were very recently students who actually did their internship or placement with OCCI and have rolled into full-time positions within the research team. And there's other situations like Christina's case where she was an Olds College student. She left the college to go get experience outside of the college, and now she found her way back.
Yeah, like after graduating, I just saw better value in getting some field experience and was more hands-on. So, you know, after a couple years, I saw this posting and kind of just threw my hat in the ring and didn't really, you know, I didn't have a PhD, so I didn't really think I'd even get an interview, but I fit in really well here. And it's a really great place. They have a great community within OCCI, and I really have enjoyed it.
I think it really speaks volumes that people are coming back to be on the team. And to be an effective applied research team, we need more than just PhD trained scientists, which we do have in spades, but we also have people that are really good at coordinating projects, developing and delivering messages to different audiences, and connecting with industry and business partners as we need. And as we become more intentional about equity, diversity, and inclusion at Olds College, we're really happy to see that we reap the benefits of having a diverse team with us, and whether that means people coming from different personal backgrounds, maybe some are urban and some are rural, from Canada or from other places around the world. We really do feel that the benefit of having different perspectives on that team is really enriching, and it further enables the work that we can deliver.
Yeah, the diversity of that team and the diversity of the perspectives and the backgrounds that we have on the team just really make the OCCI team sort of a powerhouse in the research world. And we, as EDI concepts, I guess, become more and more forefront and more important, we are incredibly proud to say that more than 60% of our research team is currently female. And that trend is going to continue based on the cohort of summer students that are going to be joining us in a month. So just stay tuned.
A lot of fun stuff happening at the Smart Farm, and of course we're going to learn more as the evening progresses with what's happening here at Olds College. I want to thank the 3 of you for taking the time to talk to us this evening. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Joy Agnew, Christina Kay, and Lorna Baird, thank you guys so much for coming out and sharing what's going on at the Smart Farm tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a show like the celebration of Alberta Ag could not go on without the help of some wonderful sponsors. We'd like to acknowledge our event sponsors at this time, and when we come back, Aaron Goodvin's going to perform. We're going to chat with Debbie Thompson about some of the amazing new facilities here at the college as well that are going to help support the student experience. But right now, a big thank you to all of our event sponsors.
Makes me wanna grab my old guitar and play something like, ooh, what I wouldn't do. Write my name on your heart, get you wrapping my arms, baby, all around you. And it goes like, hey, girl, I'm blown away. But yeah, it starts with a smile and it ends with an all night long slow kiss. Yeah, it goes like this. And it goes like, ooh, and it goes like, hey, and it ends with a kiss. It goes like this.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Yeah.
The building we're in right now is the AgTech Learning Hub, which has been under construction since January of last year. The other big project is the Animal Health Education Center that includes the National Meat Training Center as well. The other one that recently started is our farm shop. By the time we're done with these three projects, these will be brand new, state-of-the-art, functional facilities that will really help the programs that are housed in. You know, the biggest thing that we took into consideration when we were designing these projects was exactly the student experience. We wanted to really create buildings with student spaces that allowed the student to really be able to come into the facility and stay beyond just during their class time, but to have spaces to collaborate, to study, to work on projects together with their classmates, and even socialize. I think the most kind of striking feature of this building is the space we're in, the student common, as we're calling it. It'll be fitted out with furniture, lounging areas, sitting areas. The classroom spaces are very flexible. They can accommodate smaller groups, say of classes sizes of 30 students, and then with movable partitions are able to expand to like up to 60 students in these classrooms. In addition, on either side of this space, We've got a number of study spaces for students to do collaborative work, study together. The big thing about this project are the maker spaces, 3 double height spaces that will allow the programs to do very hands-on kind of work, including the very first bay that's going to have a sliding kind of glass wall to open it up to the exterior and be able to drive large pieces of equipment into the building for the students to work on or learn about, things like that. It's setting a pattern, I think, for future development of any facility on campus around creating these kinds of spaces.
So today we are at the current farm shop. It's under construction. The new farm shop, I would like to actually recoin it to say the Olds College Smart Farm Operations Center. The scope, again, that we've talked about is bringing the people, the equipment, the integrated learning, and the applied research all together. So this is the face of the Smart Farm, so an opportunity for our partners, our external partners, as well as our internal students, faculty, and staff to be able to come. It's an expanded living, working lab. So one of the other features and benefits that will be realized with the new Operations Center is that it'll be a spot to welcome our guests and our industry partners, including students. Because today, the farm shop hasn't allowed that base. There wasn't meeting spaces, there wasn't integrated technology. Those people can come, be welcomed, we're able to meet. But beyond that, we're actually able to touch and feel and work with the technology for improved decision-making, for product development. The growth of the Smart Farm over the last number of years has been significant.
The Animal Health Education Center, there was a significant need for additional space for both the National Meat Training Center program and all the animal health technology programs that we have on campus. We are completely redeveloping the existing animal health building, which will house all the animal health technology programs. And we're going to retrofit that building, from the systems to the building envelope, the roof, everything. The really interesting spaces are going to be the examination rooms, the surgery rooms, x-ray rooms, things like that. We've incorporated real state-of-the-art configurations and setups in those spaces, including the equipment we'll install inside them. That will make those spaces way more usable. I think the biggest thing with the National Meat Training Center is, again, for so many years, the program has had to sort of make do with the spaces they had, where now we've designed a facility that really is tailored around the way their program and their process functions, right down to the meat store, where the customer comes in and buys the product that they've produced. It'll make the programming so much richer for the students within that space. Right from the programming phases of these projects, staff and faculty were involved in really defining what was going to be housed in these buildings, both to the quality of the spaces, to how many spaces they needed, how many classrooms, how many laboratories, how many hands-on kind of workspaces. And to this day, we have building committees that consist of members from faculty and staff giving us constant input as we complete the projects.
Another fantastic video package there showing us all about the new facilities here at Olds College. Welcome back to a celebration of Alberta Ag. My name is Jeff Dick, and we're joined by one of my favorite people to talk to from Olds College. We've got Debbie Thompson here, the Vice President of Academic and Students, and we talk about some of those new facilities, the new buildings. It seems like every time I come to Olds College, there's something new to check out. The new building's absolutely spectacular. How are they going to enhance the student experience for kids coming here to Olds College?
Yeah, well, thanks, Jeff. We know that we have amazing students. We have incredible faculty and staff. And these new facilities really help us create that student experience. And so they're equipped with the new technology. You'll see a lot of windows, as Tom was showing us around the new facilities. And that allows us to bring the learning environment from the outside in. We have incredible donor support. And so most recently, Bob and Carolyn Collier, a $2 million gift to Olds College. We're so grateful. And we'll be naming our student commons in our new AgTech Learning Hub after that family. So really, what we wanted to do with these new spaces is just create an area, a community of learning, and with the technologies that can enhance that, and we're incredibly excited for them to open.
Now, I know they talked a little in the video about the transition of the farm shop into the new farm operations center, and it felt almost like the perfect analogy of just how agriculture is evolving, and especially here at Olds College. Are you seeing that transformation in programs that are being offered here at Olds College?
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. You know, we have new facilities coming online, but more importantly, it's what happens within those facilities. And we have 3 distinct schools, and I think you're talking to our associate deans a little bit later this evening. So we have 3 distinct schools, each of them with agriculture within, and that makes Olds College quite unique across our post-secondary sector. And so we celebrate ag, we learn about ag, we bring ag and our learning experiences out to the world. We have new ag programs, and we're incredibly close with our industry. And so we ensure that our programs are continuously refined to reflect where agriculture is today and where it needs to go tomorrow.
That's great news for any students who are interested in taking part in Olds College, that there's just almost endless options when they come here.
Absolutely. It's a great place to be.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Debbie. Always a pleasure to talk to you. We're going to learn a little bit more about one of those unique schools right now. That's the School of Life Science and Business.
Life Science and Business has a diversity of programs in the horticulture area, in the animal science area, and also in business. Many of the programs within the School of Life Science and Business really are passion programs. The reason for that is we've been able to attract industry experts who are experts in their field and are passionate about the industries that they support.
Right now the animal health industry is growing exponentially, and with that, so is the need to have good trained personnel. So our program, like many others in the province, are really feeling the need to fill some of those roles that are out there in the industry. Olds College is unique because we have a year-round programming model, which means our building is always getting used, and there's always students here doing and learning and participating in different activities. For example, right now our students are going to get to participate in lambing activities, which only happen in the springtime. So this year-round model really allows us to see the seasonal activities that occur in our industry.
The hands-on learning definitely made a huge difference for me. A lot of the other schools that I looked into, a lot of more classroom work. For example, like right now we're doing surgery rotation, so we actually get to like hands-on anesthetize the patients. You are the anesthetist. We get to clean the animal's teeth. We get to scrub into surgery and pass instruments. We get to do things like blood draws and intubation and all of that amazing like hands-on stuff. I've always loved animals ever since I was really little, and this is always what I've wanted to do. Treating animals is a really big part of the egg industry. If you don't have healthy animals, you don't have production.
Right now we're using a few different types of technologies in the classroom. We have one here in front of me that his name is Diesel, and he's an animatronic dog that can breathe and has pulses and can actually have blood flow. So our models go from anything as complex as this to something as simple as a stuffed animal. Using the technology is a great stepping stone into industry. So it's a safe place for the students to practice skills to begin with before they begin practicing on live animals.
Opportunities within our horticulture area has grown substantially over the past number of years. I think society is becoming more interested in where their food comes from. We're seeing a lot of interest in local foods, but also we're seeing an increase globally in regards to food security, and horticulture plays a big part in that, and plays a big part in the ecology within our environments that support healthy lifestyles.
We have to be dynamic because Horticulture, agriculture, any of the natural sciences, any of the living sciences, they're just that. They're living, they're dynamic. We like to think of us as sort of the home of hands-on learning. We're very focused. We offer both landscape and production. Our program is actually set up that you can take a number of different electives and mix and match and really tailor your education to what you want. Our physical facilities, like the greenhouse, our landscape pavilion, where we can do year-round landscape installations, etc. The botanic garden that we have on campus is a living laboratory. Our managed wetlands, where we can do experiments on water quality and remediation.
I think technology will always play a role, and an increasing role, within our industries. It allows us to be able to make better decisions, monitor the impacts that we have on the environment, and to be able to be more sustainable in our operations.
We have a device that we've brought in, and it's called a farm bot. It's basically an automated system for maintaining a crop. We have full greenhouse facility where the students who take the greenhouse courses can access the hydroponics, they can access containerized growing, all of those technologies. The smart farm that we have here at Olds College, which is tricked out in some pretty cool stuff in terms of data collection, site monitoring, precision agriculture, all of those technologies dovetail beautifully right into horticulture. All of them can be adapted to horticulture, and similarly, horticulture can cross-pollinate agriculture with a lot of its controlled environment. It's got a long history of controlled environment sensors and control devices and predictive modeling, which can go out and support agriculture as well.
So a lot of the perks about learning at Olds College and being a student here is our faculty, our teachers, they're industry leaders. So they've actually walked the walk that I'm in right now. A lot of them have come from different avenues and professional experience. So I know that I'm actually learning from valuable industry professionals and people that I might work with someday. I also really appreciate the class sizes. They're small. I've been in auditoriums with 300 plus other students, and you look around and you're just a number. Your teacher will never meet you. Here, it's not like that.
The drive of the program is very much applied. So we have a good foundation in the science, but all of our faculty pretty much come from industry of one form or another. And they're very much connected with industry, and what we do is for the industries, like generating those people who are going to be industry leaders, going to be company owners and whatnot. And we like it that you're going to walk out of here with the tools, the skills, the knowledge to get you on your way.
Our program is continually trying to change and grow so that we meet the needs of our learners today, so that we can meet their needs tomorrow when they graduate.
Students that are at Olds College leave with an appreciation of agriculture and the environment and the businesses that sustain and support agriculture and meets the needs of a growing population throughout the world.
Back inside the McClellan Arena, it is a celebration of Alberta Ag, and you just saw in that video just one of these schools here at Olds College, and we have filled the stage now with the Associate Deans here to tell us a little bit more about what's going on. We'd like to welcome Lisa King, Associate Dean, Teaching and Learning, Workland School of Agriculture Technology. We've got Mary Dallas, Associate Dean, School of Life Science and Business. Christine Chalaturnik, Associate Dean of the Workland School of Agriculture Technology, and Dennis Baudouin on the end there as well, the Associate Dean in the School of Trades and Skills. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Now, we got to see a wide variety of some of the programs that were offered in that video, and that's just from one school. When people think of agriculture, for a lot of people, it's thinking about fields and crops, but we know that there are a lot of other roles that go into food production, like horticulture. What are some of the things that you guys see as being big parts of that?
I think your example of horticulture is right on. We are seeing a huge uptick in students interested in the horticulture industry, whether it's because of the legalization of cannabis or their interest in vertical farming, or just a general interest in knowing where that food comes from. And I think part of the uptick in animal health is to that same effect of wanting and knowing that a healthy animal is a healthy food system.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Mary. You know, if you think about all the programs that are here at Olds College, there's lots of machinery that goes along with that. And one of the things that our school does, to be honest with you, is So we fix it. There's lots of equipment that's out there, GPS driven. There's so much technology. We've heard from Joy the amount of technology that goes into our smart farm. We need mechanics to fix that. And in our school, we repair all that great big machinery to make sure that we keep the farm moving.
Now, I know that a lot of other production roles are part of all these different schools. We're going to learn a little bit more as this goes along. We're going to take a look at another video here for the School of Trades and Skills and learn a little bit more about that.
In the School of Trades and Skills, we offer trades programs in apprenticeship and full-time offerings in certificate and diploma. Then we have a brewmaster program, we have a hospitality and tourism program, farrier program, and transitional employment program. If you go way back to like 1913, the students came here to learn about farming. And part of that was actually working on the farm machinery and the agricultural machinery, making sure that it's operational and set correctly for out in the field. And that's evolved over the time to something that it is now, which is very technology driven. We still start off at the foundation of any training, which is working with your hands and being able to learn systems and how they operate and the theory behind them. But we transition the students into something that is way more than it ever was before as we look at technology and the use of electronics and GPS and just to name a few on these machines today.
All of our classrooms are set up in a lab type configuration for a reason. We don't learn best by reading or looking at modules and textbooks and doing essays. It's about getting your hands on the equipment and seeing how it works, take it apart, put it all back together. In the last 20 years, even since I was a graduate and working in industry on equipment, the technology that we see on equipment, it's leaps and bounds ahead of where it's ever been, and it's changing faster than it ever has. What used to take 10 years for advancement is taking 6 months. So the challenge of keeping up and moving with those trends is difficult, but that's by far what we see as the big change.
We have grown with the industry as technology has changed and moved into what it is today. We have moved along with it as well. And we have done that with some great industry partners that we have on side with us to supply us with that technology so that we can expose our students to it. The Omni Power Unit is part of our agricultural equipment program. And so as we have done in the past, we've taught equipment training right from groundbreaking implements right through spraying, harvest, forage harvest, and so forth. Now that is another section within our course now that students are exposed to it. It's demonstrated to them, and they have a clear understanding of the operation of that machine.
Brewmaster program's going into its 10th year in September 2022, so it's hard to believe we've come a long way. It's a program that I think is uniquely suited not just to a unique industry, but it does a particularly good job fitting students into the trades. Because we're change adept, I think we produce students who are well fitted or well suited to going into the industry.
I love most is the small class size that we have and the one-on-one interactions that we have with our professors. So they're very willing to give us a lot of their time and commitment, so it turns over well and to allow us to learn and absorb the information that we're being taught.
We're lucky. We do have a research hop yard. The idea was to look at whether hops as a productive crop in this province made any sense, and I think we've demonstrated that they are. So I insist that they go out into the hop yard. We take them to barley fields, we take them to maltsters. I mean, it's not just brewing. So the idea is they come out of the program with a much more deep understanding of what it takes to be a brewer.
The agriculture industry, it's a big part of brewing, so it's nice to be able to do things local, like all the maltsters are local. Hops are starting to become more local as well.
If we don't have farms, or if we don't have agriculture, we don't have beer. So I look at the brewery program as a sort of add-on. It's just value adding to the raw ingredients that Alberta farmers especially produce in abundance. It gives farmers another angle too. So in other words, instead of just being, we grow grain, we've seen some farms become maltsters. There's no reason we shouldn't be seeing, especially in terms of agritourism, we should be seeing a lot more breweries on farms.
So the Ag and Heavy Certificate and Diploma program started a little over 50 years ago. I think the history tells a story, right? And industry knows exactly what the graduate's going to be. The product that walks out this door is better than any other program in the province as far as I'm concerned. And I'm a little bit biased, I'm a graduate as well, but the end result is they know what they're getting and it's what they want.
Trades and Skills at Olds College has always been known for their personalized, their connection to the student. We've always been very committed to the success of the student, and our alumni is proof of that. The students that have graduated from our program that have gone out and worked in industry and been very successful and have been influencers in the industry as well. We take the time with our students to be able to ensure their success once they leave Olds College, and our programs here demonstrate that by inserting real life experiences into the program so that students are very well aware of what is expected of them when they go out into industry.
Back for a celebration of Alberta Ag inside the McClellan Arena. And again, we're joined by the Associate Deans here today. We've got Lisa, we've got Mary, Christine, and Dennis. And guys, taking a look at that video, always great to see students getting hands-on, and that's such a big part of what happens here at Olds College. We take a look at the kind of students that are coming in, and I know that we're getting students from every walk of life walking through the doors here at Olds College. Have you guys noticed a shift in the type of students that is attending?
We really are fortunate to offer unique and diverse programming that attracts students who want to really pursue their passions.
Yeah, and I would say, Jeff, that our programs in Olds College has a rich history in attracting students, of course, from our local communities, students that do have farm backgrounds, ag backgrounds, and like generations of students that are coming through our doors all the time, which is something to really celebrate and focus on. But what we're noticing is an ever-increasing evolution of interest from our urban students. So we're generating interest in our urban students that don't have the farm backgrounds, but have interest in what we're offering here. And it could be anything from, the technology aspect that we're bringing in, the data analysis, data collection, robotics, but then of course animal, husbandry and livestock and herd health, and everything from, the appreciation of the land, so place and space, and being stewards of environmental aspects. So just the range of interest is as vast as our students. And like you mentioned, the demographics of our students, coming from a background that could have an educational feature to it that they want to expand their learning. And the exciting thing about agriculture, though, is that there's always been opportunities, but I think we're seeing now where students are bringing about that awareness, and it's opening up those gateways for them and how they can integrate themselves into ag. So it's exciting, and we do have lots of demographics, like you had mentioned too, coming into those programs.
Yeah, I'd say that urban learners add a tremendous value to Olds College. We often refer to that dynamic as a relationship of reciprocity, where these urban learners are bringing the lens of the consumer to agriculture, they're bringing the lens of technology to agriculture, and their questions and their curiosity drives curriculum change here at the college and in the programming here. And faculty are so receptive to that change. They're finding creative, innovative ways to adapt new technological knowledge and to adapt teaching practices. And really, we're not limiting ourselves to the urban learner that is just the local city nearby. These are learners in urban centers internationally across the globe. So we've got international students and who are bringing a rich and diverse learning environment to both the faculty, staff, and students involved.
Yeah, Lisa, it's really funny you say that. Me being a city kid and coming to this campus, I'm going, wow. Like some of the things that we have here, I just can't believe it. Jeff, you had said, you talked about the hands-on learning. I know in our school, we talk about the Brewmaster program. We grow everything right here, right on campus. We bring it right from the field right into the glass. And then we take our farrier program. I was in there the other day. They brought live horses in. Well, of course you would. I mean, all the stuff that they go and have here for hands-on is amazing. And the only way we can do that is with our partners. We have got partners across all different sectors, from the machinery that happens, from the animals that come through here. It's just amazing the amount of support that we have from everyone around to make this college the way it is. Like I say, pretty new here, and this is simply an amazing place to both work, study, and just be a part of.
You talk about having that hands-on experience. So many of these students pretty much getting that work experience while they're in college. So by the time that they leave and they graduate, you're getting some of the most prepared graduates ready to help out in whatever field they choose.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think really what we're developing and what's emerged out of the landscape at Olds College is an interdisciplinary workspace and learning space. And we've got international students, we've got different urban learners, we've got traditional agricultural students who are coming in, and they're bringing just a wealth of diversity and different perspectives to the learning environment. So as they graduate and they go into the working world, they're bringing their experience in the college out to the real world as well, and I think that's a ripple effect.
Yeah, I wanted to mention too, as soon as our students get into our programs, and they start exploring some interest areas, there's so many pathways once they get here. So whether it's internally, through our diplomas into our degrees, or, certificate diploma degrees, to engaging in applied research, as we learned with Christina earlier, and engaging with industry with our internships and our work integrated learning, and starting to tackle real world, problems in a lot of areas where we maybe hadn't explored before. So that's an evolving piece that we've got here at the college with work integrated learning.
And I think it really sets the college apart, the level at which we've really integrated work integrated learning into almost every program area, whether it's here on campus or, like Dennis mentioned, with one of our many industry partners.
Yeah, you think about all those partners that are out there. You saw in the video the cutting edge technology that's coming in for our animal health technician program. The technology that our students get to go and get their hands on is, to be honest with you, from 2021. I mean, we're right there at the cutting edge of the technology that's there, so that our learners can learn with it.
And you talk about the diversity of students, as we've seen here, more urban learners, international students. How does that enhance the learning experience when you have such a diverse group of students?
Well, the biggest way is that students can actually learn off of each other, right? And when you bring different cultures, you bring international students in, you bring all these other people together, they feed off of each other to make sure that they have a real diverse type of program and learning experience within the classroom.
Yeah, huge richness.
And I think we're having an impact internationally with some of those students that are going back home to their home countries and taking their knowledge that they've gained at Olds College to then, excel their communities and move their communities forward in agriculture as well.
Yeah, and I would add that it's both the learner as well as disciplines that are coming together to solve problems and to bring their perspectives from those disciplines across each of the schools and all of the programming to experience the problem from those perspectives and those lenses.
So if you had a student who is interested in coming to Olds College and they asked you about exploring a career in agriculture, what would be some of the things that you would say to encourage them on that path?
Absolutely. Agriculture is a viable industry in Alberta. It doesn't matter if you weren't born and raised on a family farm. There is a lucrative and exciting opportunity for you to work in Alberta Ag.
Yeah, we grow things here and we grow students here, so they can come and grow with our programs for sure.
All right, I want to thank all of our associate deans here for joining us today. Once again, that's Christine Chalaturnik, Lisa King, Dennis Baudouin, and Mary Dallas. Thank you guys so much for sharing your insight and for all the work that you do here at Olds College.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a look at another one of our great schools with another video, this time taking a closer look at the Workland School of Ag Technology.
My My name is James Benke. I am the Dean of the Workland School of Agriculture Technology at Olds College. In the School of Workland, we have 5 core programs. The programs, I think, take students through the journey of just about every role that you could possibly imagine to serve, to support, and to lead in agriculture, and I think that's an important thing, touching from business integration to understanding how business operations and agribusinesses work, to technology integration, and also just livestock and animals and growing crops and learning how the world works around agriculture. The biggest thing that we are working with as Olds College is identifying the problem first. The problem in the field, the problem with the machinery, the problem with the genetics, and then looking for a solution path to support the problem. I think what you can recognize from Olds College students is they've been through parts of this process. They've been through solving problems, whether that's on the smart farm or working with industry partners to solve those problems. But they have experience in that, and they've made mistakes in it. And I think that's key for our industry is you got to take some risks sometime, and you have to make mistakes to continue to learn, and I think it makes our industry better.
I teach a class in the fall called Solving Technology Problems, and in that course we really try and integrate all the different technologies that students are going to be exposed to in the field, and we actually get the students to program little track robots to do different tasks, and that is the essence of autonomous agriculture.
Technology is the forefront of this program. We're learning everything from basic coding in the program called C++. Then we have access to the smart farm, which is always advancing and always hands-on. So we're in close talks with the team there. Now into this second semester with the OC Ray project, we're growing plants and tracking their growth with cameras and sensors and all that stuff. So hands-on, it's fantastic.
We're trying to train the next generation of agriculture with the tech and the data skills that they're going to need to be successful in the future, right? They're going to need to know how to collect data. They're going to need to know how to turn that data into usable information, right? Through the appropriate data analysis techniques.
I love the classes. I love that they're very hands-on, and the teachers are always willing to make you do better and achieve better. And I love that Olds College actually really includes students and tries to enhance their experience here as well as their knowledge.
We believe in students as partners at Olds College and at the Workland School of Ag Tech. And I will, and the school will, invest in students, not only through their programming, but also extra projects and other opportunities such as jobs and careers to help them be successful.
For me especially, I never came from a big farm, so being raised kind of in town when I was a young age, it kind of made me actually want it more to be in the agriculture environment and learn more about animals and where my food comes from especially. I think that's super important.
We've typically attracted multi-generational students from farms in Western Canada. There's a lot of excitement around agriculture, and it's great that we're seeing increased enrollment in these areas. But what we're really excited about as well is more students coming from urban environments, students who are excited about food and where their food comes from and the importance of high-quality food. Many students, in urban environments love technology, but they don't consider agriculture as a place to apply that technology. So we're really excited that that's starting to bring different segments to the school. It's an important step for us of the type of students we're attracting.
I do not come from a farm background. I grew up in Edmonton, in the city, my entire life. So my first exposure to agriculture in general was when I went into post-secondary education at the University of Alberta, and I went in with the mindset of working with animals, but I wanted to do it from a vet med point of view. But as soon as I started working with livestock, my eyes were opened up to the whole world of agriculture, not only livestock, but what else it is, how diverse agriculture is. Agriculture is not just the cows that you see in the field or the crops that are growing on the side of the highway when you drive by. There's so much more that goes into it. and now even a leadership role, equity, diversity, inclusion, all part of agriculture and the management, the production side. So I think everybody in agriculture is kind of learning more about what it means, but also the public. And so that's stimulating curiosities as to, okay, why are we doing the things that we're doing? Is it efficient? How can we do it better? Or for people who don't come from agriculture, why are we doing this to begin with, and how?
Our faculty and staff deeply care about the success of our students. The student experience is significantly important to them, and they will do what they can to have our students be successful, not only personally, but also within our programs.
Back inside the McClellan Arena here on the College of Olds campus, we thank you once again for joining us for a celebration of Alberta Ag here this evening. And as you can see, Aaron Goodman and the boys ready to go. We're going to get back to them in just a moment. But first, once again, a big shout out to all the great sponsors that helped to make an evening like this possible. We're going to do one more sponsor video, and then we'll get back to Aaron Goodman and the boys. And make sure, if you're in the building tonight, get on up close to the stage, get some dancing going. Let's have a good time. Fantastic show. We're joined by Patrick McCawchick. Patrick, what a night it's been.
It has been fantastic, as you say. I mean, that was just a great set.
Fantastic. Patrick, of course, if you don't know, is the VP of Development and Strategy here at Olds College. And we've had a lot of fun tonight and a lot of chance to talk about great partnerships within the community. When it comes to the Partner of the Year Award, what does that mean for Olds College?
Yeah, so the Partner of the Year Award is an opportunity for Olds College to recognize an individual, a company, or organization who has really leaned in and contributed a lasting impact to Olds College and its students.
I know this year a very exciting one, but we're going to announce it now. Who is this year's Partner of the Year?
Yeah, we're really excited to announce that Highfield Investment Group is our Partner of the Year for 2022. You know, Highfield Investment has been supporting Olds College for well over a decade in many different ways, but most recently they've been really leaning in and helping and working with our applied research team, and especially in the wetlands area. So we're extremely excited to recognize their support. You know, as we've heard tonight, partnerships are the lifeblood of Olds College, where you take a look across our campus and you see all the technology that we have, the amazing facilities that we have and that they're going up right now, our smart farm, and then, you know, access to education through scholarships and bursaries. You know, all of that would not happen without partners. And Highfield Investment Group has just been a fantastic partner with us, and we're really pleased to recognize them this year.
That'll give us a chance to throw it to the video and thank this year's Partner of the Year.
Partner of the Year Award is one of our most important awards that we bestow upon a key partner or individual who's had a significant contribution to Olds College.
Partnerships are incredibly important to Olds College because they give us insights into the needs of business and industry right across Alberta. And this is insights both in terms of employment needs, but also applied research needs. Partnerships, of course, also invest in the college, and by doing so, they're investing in our students and their futures as well.
The 2022 Partner of the Year is Highfield Investment Group.
Highfield Investment Group is a family-owned investment company. My dad started the organization back in the 1970s, 1975. As a land developer, One of the things you run into every time you take a piece of land and develop it is significant wetlands. How do you conserve those wetlands? How do you do the right thing for the environment? And one of our founding philosophies has always been to support the community through education and fostering and developing relationships with local education and secondary facilities like Olds College.
Highfield Investment Group has been an incredibly generous supporter of Olds College for well over a decade. And it starts with our students, whether it's sponsoring golf tournaments or investing in student awards. And then it continues on through the applied research that they're doing with us at Olds College.
One of the reasons we did get involved in wetland research, I have to credit it to Dennis Westhoff. He was the catalyst for our involvement in Olds College. He was the catalyst for what we designed at High Plains Industrial Park.
Olds College researchers are collaborating with Highfield Investment in a series of ponds that have been established where they're using runoff water from the park and reconstituting that water for industrial use. It's an extremely exciting project because it is focusing on both conservation and environmental stewardship. And it also gives Olds College, again, researchers and our students an opportunity to access a commercially available project.
Highfield Investment Group was selected because of the great work that they're doing to support learners here at Olds College, but as well applied research in environmental stewardship and environmental sustainability.
It's important to us, in a sense, to give back and see if we can't make a difference and support the generations that are upcoming. Water is an important component of our world, and we really need to figure out how to protect it and protect it at its source.
Highfield Investment Group and Olds College share, I think, a common value around environmental stewardship. This is very important to Olds College and how we deliver our programming and do applied research. It's not just about productivity, it's about also environmental sustainability and environmental stewardship. And that not only applies to agriculture and food production, but it applies to industrial settings, industrial production as well. On behalf of Olds College, our faculty, our staff, and our students, I would just like to wish Adrian Monroe and the Highfield Investment Group congratulations on your 2022 Partner of the Year Award.
To be selected as our partner is incredibly humbling because we never intended to win awards. We never intended to do anything but hopefully do something for the greater good of the environment and hopefully inspire students to get involved in wetlands and source water protection over the years. Olds College has been a phenomenal partner for us, and you know, they are honoring us, but we should in reality be honoring them because we wouldn't be here in that particular development without them.
Of Alberta Ag continues. The Partner of the Year, Highfield Investment Group, and very well deserved. Just one of the many great partners that help Olds College there, Stuart.
Absolutely. You know, we couldn't be more pleased than to give this award to Highfield Investment Group. I mean, they've been a long-standing partner of ours. You know, they're doing a lot of great things with water and sustainability in industrial settings. It's a real compliment to what we're doing in agriculture, and you know, they've just been a great partner with us over the years.
We thank you so much for tuning in tonight at oldscollege.ca. Jeff Dick is my name, and again, Stuart Cullum, the president of Olds College. Night is not over. We're going to make sure it is a great night for a couple of people. We got some gift baskets to give away. These are the Olds College Field to Fork prize packs. Stuart, what exactly is in the prize pack?
Yeah, well, it's a bunch of our products from our students, some preserves and some of the products that they make in our horticulture program. We have some shirts and some other things. So it's a good representation of some of the products that are developed here at the college and some of the stuff that our students get involved with.
Well, we've got 3 pre-selected winners, and we would like to congratulate them right now. 3 winners of these fantastic prize packs. The winners this year are Michaela Morden, Walker Dixon, and Julia Stoner. So congratulations, Walker, Julia, and Michaela. All 3 of them going to be enjoying that Field to Fork prize pack this year. Big congratulations. The prize packs will be mailed out to them. Now, with this evening maybe coming to a close, but things always happening at Olds College. I know you guys got more big events on the horizon, Stuart.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, August 9th and 10th is our next Ag Smart show, and then it'll be our 3rd running. And I mean, that's been just a fantastic show. Even through, you know, the COVID period, we still had a great turnout last year, and we expect that it's going to be a good show this year. It's a good opportunity to see what's happening at the Smart Farm, some of the projects that are going on, some of the applied research. There's a lot of industry engagement as well. We see some of the great technology that's coming through the industry. So it's a great show for producers to come to see what's happening in agriculture, what's coming next. It's a good opportunity to see what's going on at Olds College, and there's also some great educational sessions as well that people can take part in. So it should be a good show. It's been great the last couple of iterations, and we're looking forward to this year's show as well.
Always something going on at Olds College. Of course, for more information, you can always check out their website, oldscollege.ca. But that's going to do it for us here tonight from the McClellan Arena on the campus of Olds College. A big thank you to Stuart and the great crew here at Olds College for hosting this event. All the hard work of the people backstage, Blaine and her crew, everybody with the sound and the lighting to make sure a show like this happened. A big thank you as well to Aaron Goodvin and his band for coming out. We had a fantastic time tonight, and I hope you did as well. Thank you so much for joining us for a celebration of Alberta Ag. My name is Jeff Dick. Have a great night.
Take it from me. What I got to give, you can have for free. Just take it from me. Take it from me. If you want a t-shirt to sleep in, it's my favorite, but you can keep it. Looks good, baby, you should leave it hanging off your shoulder. Give me them bare feet dancing down the hall, and you're smiling at me, running your finger down the wall. You know what I want, I got what you need. Take it from me. Just take it from me. Take my word, take my heart, take my kiss, and maybe take it too far. Baby, take it from me. Oh, just take it from me. What I got to give, you can have for free. Just take it from me. Oh, just take it from me.
Thank you.